After just missing the playoffs last season, the Boston Bruins come into the 2015-2016 season with a lot of changes. Don Sweeney is in as your new general manager, as Peter Chiarelli is gone. Claude Julien remaining the head coach, but is he on the hot seat? Milan Lucic, gone. The Swede, Carl Soderberg, gone. Gregory Soup Campbell, gone. Riley Smith, gone. Dougie Hamilton, gone. How will this affect this season's Boston Bruins team? We'll find out on this season's, the second time I'm doing this, for the 2015-2016. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bruins Recap Show. To start the season, though, the Boston Bruins are going to have a little bit of struggling as Dennis Seidenberg, German engineered himself a back injury, as does Zdeno Chara, which leaves Torrey Krug as your number one defenseman, and your number two defenseman is Adam McQuaid, who you re-signed. You should have took that Milan Lucic money, and Dougie Hamilton looks good right about now. But that's neither here or there, folks. Game 1 of the season, it's been a long time coming as we bring in the goddamn Jets.
The goddamn Jets.
And it's a really good opening period for the Boston Bruins as David Pastrnak with a big bowl of pasta going around the net, looking indirect, puts it in front of the net, finds David Krejci, who puts it in the back of the net behind Andrei Pavlik. 1-0 Boston, and that's kind of the one of the highlights of this game is it's all downhill from here. The shit hits the fan as it's the tale of two periods. Go to the second period and it's all Winnipeg. Mark Scheffel turnover to Dustin Byfuglien. Rockets past Rask as Mark Scheifele, I think that's how you pronounce his name, ties it up at 1-1. And then offsides, Blake Wheeler. Another turnover by the Bruins defense as Chris Irwin this time, I forget his first name, but Irwin turns it over to Andrew Ladd. Andrew Ladd finds Blake Wheeler, wheels and deals it past Tuukka Rask. 2-1 Winnipeg. And then Winnipeg goal is scrambling around in their defensive zone as the Boston Bruins. The puck finds its way to former Buffalo Sabre Drew Stafford, makes it 3-1 Winnipeg at the end of the second period. We take it to the third period, and you think things are going to get better for this Boston Bruins team as David Pastrnak.
What a shot.
What a shot indeed. Finds the back of the net on a blistering shot. Makes it 3-2. We're within one. But then it's Chris Thornburn on a puck that sneaks by Tuukka Rask. David Krejci's stick might have tipped it in. You never know. But 4-2, and that's a save Tuukka Rask has got to make. And it's got to make it all year long, or it's going to be a lot of struggling for Boston. But 4-2, and then Cobb around the goal line area near the corner, passes it to the front of the net. It goes off the skate of Nicholas Petan. 5-2 Winnipeg. And things are not getting any better. As we go later on in the third and final period, Bruins pulling the goalie early. Down 3, what the hell? Pulling the goalie within 3 minutes left of the game. Alexander Mermistrov puts it in the empty net from his own defensive zone, and that's a backbreaker. 6-2 your final as Winnipeg runs over the Bruins in the opening game of the season. So what are some things that we can take away from this game? As you're wondering yourself, is it all the defense? Because this is a very young defensive team. It's a very young team. It's a whole entire new system, as Don Sweeney has told us thousands and thousands of times. If you look to the first period, this team looked really good. And it's the first game, so I'm not going to make a huge deal. We're not hitting the button yet. It's too early to hit it, my friends. It is way too early to hit the panic button. Only the first game of the season. There's a lot more to go. So, Bruins fans, take a deep breath. It's game 1. Relax. This team showed some promise. Things got away from them. A couple of bad turnovers, a couple of bad plays. Tuukka Rask didn't look as sharp as he normally does. This was a winnable, potential winnable game, but things got away from them in the second period, and they couldn't get back after that. And like I said, that's really the tale of the tape here. Next game, we will see you Saturday night back at the Garden, where the Bruins will play the hated Habs. And that means we are back to Arnold Schwarzenegger quote. Bullshit. So thank you for joining me on this edition of the Bruins Recap Show. Join me next time, Saturday, against the Montreal Canadiens. Please subscribe to this channel for more Bruins Recap shows. And tomorrow night, the debut of This Week in New England Sports for the Bruins Recap Show. Good night.